Having a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council members, you have the minutes in front of you from numerous meetings, all in 2015. So you had the budget review meeting of October 14th, the budget review meeting of October 22nd, council retreat and budget review meeting of October 24th, budget review meeting of October 29th, special meeting of October 29th, council study session of November 2nd, and council meeting minutes of November 2nd. Are there any revisions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, they will stand approved. There are no communications, petitions, or awards, nor are there any public hearings. This brings us to comments from interested citizens. If you'd like to make a comment before council, would you please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records.
There's no surprises there.
Thank you.
Friends of council, I don't have one of my long-winded dissertations for you tonight because let's face it, the Bengals are on Monday Night Football. What I would like to give you, though, is a timestamp. As a matter of fact, November 19th last year is when the TID announced their plans for developments in this area.
Jack, can I stop? Could you announce your name and address, please, just for our records? Though I'm sure she has them.
It's Jack Froschauer, 11600 Castle Road, the railroad fighter.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you don't want me to repeat, do you?
No, go ahead.
Well, you kind of knocked me aside. The mayor never does that.
I apologize.
The fact of the matter is we've been dealing with these issues for a year, and over the course of that time, I've offered numerous warnings, and some of those are obviously now in play as we're having to spend money to research what we're going to do about this increased traffic. And as a matter of fact, the P&G is only at 50% capacity, so it's going to get worse, not better. I sent an email this afternoon to John last week, and I just found this out by accident. There was supposed to be a meeting of the county administrators, the Butler, Vandalia, and the TID to discuss who knows what. Maybe you know. But John advised that the meeting was pushed to this week. I presume we're going to have somebody there. That's a question. Yes. At the meeting. The fact of the matter is, a year later, I think all of us are smarter on it and know they're really not our friends. And I've dialogued, I copied many of you last week with ODOT on the subject of it being a state route, but no one seems to really want to take accept the jurisdiction for patrolling that road that now is starting to become a real traffic jam. Your friend, Jack Froschauer.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Now to the city manager's report. Information item, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to remind council that city offices will be closed on Thursday, November 26th and Friday, November 27th in observance of the Thanksgiving Day holiday. The rec center will be open on Thanksgiving Day from 7 until noon. And that will be the fitness area, the gym, and the track only. And the rec center will resume their regular hours on Friday, November 27th.
Thank you. We have no action items, nor do we have any old business this evening. That brings us to our first resolution. Resolution 15-R-97. Would you please read by title only?
Resolution 15R97, a resolution awarding the bid for utility billing requested by the Finance Department to Smart Bill Ltd. in the amount of $39,012.82 as the lowest and best bid.
Mr. Cruzy, do you have anything to add?
I sure do. Thank you. Again, the Finance Department issued a request for proposals for a 3-year contract for the printing and mailing of our monthly utility bills, our disconnect and delinquent notices, and our online utility billing services. Smart Bill submitted the loan bid of $39,012.82. Smart Bill's bid will result in an annual savings of approximately $5,000 compared to our current vendor. However, the cost for postage will increase by nearly $7,000 annually due to the increase in our bill size from a postcard to an 8.5 by 11. The net cost increase to the water and sewer funds for this proposal is $2,700 annually. The RFP also requested pricing for additional services for the printing and mailing of our federal forms and our taxpayer letter, which will result in an annual savings of about $1,800 annually to the general fund. Again, furthermore, we could see some additional savings by giving the residents the option to have their utility bills emailed to them, again, which will reduce our printing and mailing cost.
Do I have a motion by council?
Your Honor, I'll move that we approve Resolution 15R-97 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis and seconded by Councilman Gerhart that we approve Resolution 15-R-97 as read. Any comments from council? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Thank you. Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Bressman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars?
Yes. Next resolution is 15-R-98. Please read by title only.
Resolution 15R98, a resolution awarding the bid for the water booster pump system project requested by the Parks and Recreation Department to Heater Plumbing of Dayton in the amount of $14,490 as the lowest and best bid.
Mr. Cruzy, anything?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, the 2015 budget includes $14,996 for the installation of a water booster pump system at the Vandalia Rec Center. And this pump is original to the building and is leaking and losing pressure as a result. 2 companies requested bid packets, with one being submitted. As Jerry said, Heater Plumbing submitted the low bid of $14,490, which is $506 below budget.
Do I have a motion by council?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 15R98 as read.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilman Blakesley, seconded by Councilman Lewis to approve Resolution 15R98 as read. Any comments by council? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Bressman?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars?
Yes. Resolution 15R98 passes 6-0. Next resolution is 15R98. Please read by title only.
15R99.
99.
Oh, I'm sorry, 99. Excuse me.
Not a problem. 15R99, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Montgomery County Public Defender for public defender services.
Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Annually, the city enters into a 1-year agreement with the Montgomery County Public Defender Commission to provide legal representation in Vandalia Municipal Court to indigent persons that are charged with a violation of a city ordinance for which a jail sentence is possible. The fee for said representation is proposed to increase from $138.97 per case to $142.44 per case, or a 2.5% increase.
Do I have a motion by council?
Make a motion we approve Resolution 15-R-99.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhart and seconded by Councilman Blakesley to approve Resolution 15R99 as read. Are there any comments by council? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilmember Gerhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Bressman?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars?
Yes. Resolution 15R99 passes 6-0. The next resolution is Resolution 15R100. Please read by title only.
15R100, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an amendment to the option to purchase and real estate agreement regarding the former Morton Middle School site.
Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. The option to purchase and real estate agreement entered into between the city and RSW Torts for the 9.92 acre former Morton Middle School site is set to expire December 1st. The company is requesting a 90-day extension to allow additional time to complete the due diligence period for the potential purchase of this property.
Do I have a motion by council?
I move that we approve Resolution 15-R-100.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, seconded by Councilman Brusman to approve Resolution 15R100 as read. Are there any comments by council? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farsd.
Yes, Resolution 15R100 passes 6-0. Tonight we have an ordinance in its first reading. Please read Ordinance 15-21 by title only.
Ordinance 15-21, an ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Vandalia, Ohio during the calendar year ending December 31, 2016, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Kruzik?
Thank you, Your Honor. This ordinance would adopt 2016 appropriations for the City of Vandalia. Council conducted 4 budget review workshops to review this budget and receive presentations from department directors. Major changes being initiated as part of the budget include the creation of a new full-time fire captain position for needed supervisory responsibilities, the elimination of 2 tax agent positions, 1 tax assistant position, and 1 part-time position in the tax department due to the termination of income tax collection agreements by the cities of Union and Clayton and the Village of West Milton, the elimination of our city engineer position. These duties will either be contracted out to a private firm, and some of those duties will also be kept in-house, and the adoption of the Employee Compensation Committee's recommendations related to pay group adjustments and redlined employees.
Thank you. Do I have a motion on Ordinance 15-21?
I'll make a motion. We approve ordinance 15-21.
Can I ask for a clarification? This is an emergency ordinance, and so are
As-
we just approving it in the first
as-
reading?
As an emergency. I make a motion, we approve resolution 15-21 as an emergency.
Second.
Just for clarification, sometimes we have it as an emergency, but it still goes through 2 readings. So that's what I wasn't sure about, if we wanted just to pass this on to the second reading and then pass it, or if it wanted to be passed tonight as an emergency. That was the only issue.
What do you prefer, John?
It doesn't matter. There's no need to adopt it this evening. We can wait until next meeting and have council adopt it. We just can't wait until the next meeting and then provide the 30 days.
That's fine.
So.
Why don't we do it as an emergency tonight and be done with it?
That's the motion that's on the table right now.
That's the motion on the table.
Second.
I had a first and a second. Sorry.
Okay, you're out, Lewis.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhard and seconded by Councilman Ayers. Is that still good?
Yes.
Okay. To approve Resolution 15-21 as read. Are there any comments by council?
As it is an emergency ordinance, if we're going to pass it tonight, we'll have to open up a public hearing.
Okay.
Oh,
That's not on my
All
paper.
right, well,
I wasn't expecting it.
So I'd like to open the floor to a public hearing.
What's it about? I'll talk.
It's about our budget resolution.
you can close it now. No one's come up.
Seeing none. Oh, why, there was an what if?
Well, no, it was
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
You good?
I don't know what she said, but go ahead. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to address council on this legislation, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and provide any comment you may have on this ordinance. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion from council, which we
We already have the motion.
already
so-
did.
already moved. We have moved by Councilman Gerhard, seconded by Councilman Ayers to approve Resolution 1521 as an emergency. Any comments by council?
I'll just say that we put a lot of effort into this budget. We've been putting a lot of effort into it every year, but we learned a lot about each department, more so probably than any other year. Everyone's really working hard to make the most out of what we have. And this year, we had to make some hard decisions to let some people go, which is a first, but it just shows we're trying to do the right thing for the citizens and keep our service level as high as possible.
Just a brief comment. Since I'm on my way out here, I can remember 12 years ago when I first came in, and I sat in on the first meetings, although I was not a council member yet. And Bruce Zucker was the manager, and I can remember in those budget meetings thinking, what did I get myself into? Things did not look that good. And so 12 years later, once again, I'm going to really compliment council and staff because we're not on cruise control. Things are never that easy, but we sure are in a lot better position. And back then, we lost a major employer, and it seems like we've made up for it. So compliments to everybody on that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Brusman?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farsi?
Yes. Ordinance 15-21 passes as an emergency, 6-0. Ordinance in the second reading. Tonight we have two ordinances in their second reading. Please read ordinance 15-21 by title only.
1519.
1519 by title only.
1519, an ordinance to establish Chapter 884 Municipal Income Tax in the codified ordinances of the City of Vandalia.
Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. In December of 2014, House Bill 5 was signed into law, enacting statewide municipal income tax uniformity provisions. The law becomes effective January 1 of 2016, and any municipality that imposes an income tax must be in compliance with House Bill 5, or they will not be able to collect their income tax. And in addition to having to adopt a new House Bill 5 compliant income tax ordinance, the old income tax ordinance will also need to remain in place. The new House Bill 5 compliant income tax ordinance will apply to tax years 2016 and beyond, while the old income tax ordinance will remain in effect for tax years prior to 2016.
As this is an ordinance in its second reading, I will open the public hearing for ordinance 15-19. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to address council on this legislation, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and provide any comment you may have on this ordinance. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion from council.
I'll make a motion. We approve ordinance 15-19 in its second reading.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhard and seconded by Councilman Blakesley to approve Resolution 15-19 as read. Are there any comments by council?
My only comment, Your Honor, is I realize that we have to do this as a product of state law, which is a result of House Bill 5, which I'm still adamantly opposed to. And it was a further erosion of the home rule concept of our municipality and all municipalities across the state of Ohio, and impinges our ability to define and to collect what we deem as income tax under our code. And that was usurped by the state of Ohio, and I feel that we've been aggrieved, but I realize that we must pass this legislation tonight to be in accordance with what is now mandated state law. So with that protest, I will do so.
Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farsi?
Yes. Ordinance 15-19 passes in its second reading, 6-0. Next ordinance is ordinance 15-20. Please read by title only.
1520, an ordinance approving a major amendment to the planned unit development for the property located at 1625 Fieldstone Way and owned by Woody and Nimmers LLC in the OIP zoning district with a PUD overlay.
Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Manufactured Assemblies Corporation, 1625 Fieldstone Way, has submitted a request for a major amendment to its approved PUD Master Development Plan. MAC proposes to consolidate lots 13 and 14 of Stonequarry Crossings into one 7.98-acre lot, thereby expanding its approved boundary to the east. MAC also proposes to expand its existing parking area to the east into a new lot. The Planning Commission reviewed this request at their October 13th meeting. They recommended approval subject to the following conditions. One, that the applicant must apply for a separate zoning permit for the parking lot expansion. And two, that proper perimeter landscaping and screening will be required at the time of parking lot installation.
Thank you. As this is an ordinance in a second reading, I open the public hearing for ordinance 15-21. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to address council on this legislation, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and provide any comment you may have on this ordinance.
And just for clarification, it's ordinance 1520.
Did I do that again?
Yes, you did. Strike 3.
Sorry. Seeing none.
3 times.
I know. 3
All
times
right.
a strike. I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion from council.
Make a motion that we approve ordinance 15-20 in its second reading.
Second.
It was moved by Councilman Blakesley and seconded by Councilman Ehlers to approve Resolution 15-20
20.
as read. Any comments from council? Please call the roll.
I just have one comment just to point out that the property is owned by Woody and Nimers, I believe it is, but they're the property owners and MAC is the operating entity on the property. So even though we're talking about MAC a lot, the ordinance says Woody and Nimers. That is why. It's they're related entities, but they're two different names. So that's
Thank you.
just for any confusion out there. The roll, Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars.
Yes. Ordinance 15-20 passes in its second reading 6-0. We have no emergency ordinances this evening, and that brings us to reports from boards and commissions. We have the Board of Zoning Appeals minutes from October 28th, 2015, Parks and Recreation Advisory Board minutes from September 16th, 2015, and the Planning Commission minutes from October 27th, 2015. Any comments or changes? We also have a bill listing for the month of October in the amount of $2,871,211.12. This brings us to council comments, starting with Mr. McDonald.
I have nothing tonight.
Mr. Cruzy?
Only to wish Mr. Lewis a happy birthday. I heard a rumor.
It's true.
Comments by council. Mr. Ehlers?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Brusman?
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Mr. Gerhart?
Nothing but to thank you for running the meeting tonight.
Oh, thank you.
It wasn't error-free, but we still love you.
Councilman Blakesley?
Same thing. You did admirable job
Oh, thank you.
running.
Councilman Lewis with the birthday boy.
Yes.
Only one, Your Honor. Would like to excuse Mayor Setzer's attendance at the meeting this evening.
Second.
So moved. I will bang the gavel after I say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and thank you for being here, and meeting is adjourned.
Do it.
Are we done?
Arlene's
By
excused.
acclamation.
It is on my paper.
By acclamation.
By acclamation.
Okay.
Yeah.